Are these brand new wheels better than the Dragon wheels? Last year I did a review of the Powell Peralta Dragon wheels and I've absolutely loved skating them. However, a few of you have said that you thought these wheels were better. So in today's video, I'm gonna take these wheels, I'm gonna unbox them, and then I'm gonna go out to the mini ramp. I'm gonna skate them for a little bit and I'm gonna see if I can really tell a difference between these and the Dragon wheels and see which one I like better. Let's get it. So first and foremost, these wheels are created by Andy Anderson, and I've wanted to skate them for a while. However, they've only had them in 52 millimeter. I want something a little bit bigger because I skate some bigger wheels, so I'm super excited to have the 56s. This is gonna be a better test of if I would actually skate this wheel or not. So before we set these up, let's take off the wheels from my board. These are my old Dragon wheels. We're gonna take them off and let's see how they've stood the test of time the past 5 months I've had them on here. So when you do go to change your wheels, especially if you're gonna use the same bearings, there's a few things you wanna know. And the first thing is that you wanna make sure you clean your bearings when you take them out. You can see mine are pretty gross, which is funny because I'm not skating out in the streets a lot. This is literally just from my backyard mini ramp. So an easy way you can do that, take a Kleenex or a paper towel, just go through, kind of wipe and clean it up. And then to get your bearings out of the wheel, one of the easiest ways you can do it is look for your truck. You're gonna look for the end of it right here. You're gonna take your wheel, put it in at a little bit of an angle so that it catches, and then you're gonna pull straight down, and there you have it. The bearing falls out just like that. And then you should be able to do the same thing on this side as well. Just take it, get a little bit of an angle, pull back, and it comes out just like that. Okay, so as far as these wheels holding up, here's a few different things. So one, I've not rotated these wheels, and then just looking at them, there's not a whole lot of coning going on. So if you're new to skateboarding, you don't know anything about that, depending on which way you skate the wheel, I normally skate graphic side out, this will actually wear away a little bit faster. And so what you want to be able to do is after a few months, you'll switch your wheel this way so they don't cone, they don't look like this shape. Instead, they'll wear evenly and you can skate them a lot longer. Another thing about this is a lot of people have said these wheels end up chipping. Mine really don't have any chipping on the wheel. It hasn't worn away really anywhere. It's held up really, really well. You can see, as most wheels over 5 months, you can see the graphics coming off. That's kind of anticipated. And a lot of people even skate their wheels with their graphic on the inside anyway. For me, like, I paid money for the graphic. I'm gonna put it on the outside so I can see it in footage and in photos. So I've really enjoyed this wheel. You can see the color of it is even still pretty similar to the way it was when we first got it. Yeah, I really like this wheel. So I'm excited to set up the Nano wheels and see if they really are better. Okay, so when you put your bearings back into your wheels, you want to be careful. You want to make sure that they're all the way in the wheel, but at the same time, you don't want to damage them. So here's two different ways that you could do that. One, you could have your wheel, you've got it set down, take your bearing, you put it flush on top, and then there actually is such thing as a bearing press. So you can see this independent tool has it, it's right here, and it fits perfectly to where you can put it over the bearing, you can press down, and just like that, you can see your bearings in there. So that's one of the ways to do it. That's kind of like the easiest way, but you may not have the tool to be able to do that. Another way that you can put your bearing back into your wheel is by using your truck. So all you have to do, put it in front of you, grab that bearing. I'm also going to put my spacer in here, and you're gonna put it right over here. Take the palms of your hand, I'm actually gonna stand up and press straight down, and just like that, you're good to go. So those are the two different ways that you can put in a bearing. Like I said, it kind of depends on what you want to use. I have that independent tool because it has a bunch of different things you can do with it. Link down in the description if you want to purchase that. But either way, let's get these on so we can skate them. We just got our Nanocubic wheels on our board. And there's a few things I can already tell are a little bit different than the Dragon wheels. So the first one is the Dragon wheels, when you look at them, there's similar spacing between here and here when it comes to the bearing. What that means is that our bearing sits right in the center of the wheel. That's probably like most wheels. These are a little bit different. You can kind of see the bearing's a little bit set further back. Like, if you can look at it this way, I don't know if you can see it at all, the bearing's actually closer to the truck here. So instead of the bearing being completely in the center of the wheel, it's a little more over here. And the reason they did that is because it actually gives you a little bit more of your truck to grind. You can see right here where one of my grooves is, it stops. And that's because the wheel probably normally comes out to about here, but now we've got this much more space and this much more space to grind on these trucks. So it gives you a little bit more of a wiggle room. And then while we are kind of looking at the wheels right here too, you can see like the shape's pretty different. These are a little bit more rounded on the edges, and then on the back they're a little bit shorter and a little bit sharper. So you can see right there, it almost locks in a little bit easier and a little bit better just because of how short and how straight that lock in is right there. And then also, one of the reasons they have this set back, your bearing set back, this part that sticks out right here, if you can tell, actually is created to protect the nuts of your truck. And the reason that's important is because if you ever get them dinged up, they're super hard to put back on or to take off. They can get stripped out, and then it's like your entire truck is completely useless. So those are just three of the things I noticed right away. Another thing is just they're super clean. Like I love just the simple font here. The graphic looks super clean. Okay, but enough about how they look. Let's actually take them out to the ramp. Let's skate them. Let's see if they are better than the Dragon wheels. All right, we're here at the backyard mini ramp. I have the Nanocubic wheels by Palperalta set up, and I'm super excited to try these out. A few months ago, I actually reviewed the Palperalta Dragon wheels, and you can check that video right up here. When I did that review, there were multiple people that said I needed to skate these, and there are a few different reasons why. The first one is that a lot of people said they were too soft. The Dragon wheels felt more like a cruiser wheel and not like an actual skateboard wheel. And if you look at the packaging that I have right here, you can kind of see they're different durometers. What that means is one is harder than the other one. So we've got our Dragons right here, and you can see these are 93A, but on these are 97A. These are a little bit harder, so they should be able to revert a little bit easier, but they're gonna feel a little bit harder on my knees and joints. So the first test we're gonna do is we're gonna just skate, and we're gonna see if I can tell the difference in how soft the wheels are, what the wheels sound like, and if they actually react like a normal hard wheel. Okay, so literally this is gonna be the first time dropping in on these wheels. I'm gonna do a quick little warm-up run, and then I'll give you my first impression of these wheels. All right, so right out of the gate, I can tell these wheels are different than the Dragon wheels. They react a little bit different. They definitely feel more like a hard wheel and less like a cruiser wheel, but I'm gonna do a few more tricks and see if anything else feels different about them. So I'm definitely enjoying skating these wheels. It is like a nice medium between the Dragon wheels and then a hard wheel. These do feel a little bit softer to where they're good on my joints, like my knees and my ankles. The only weird thing I've seen so far is because there's more space here on the axle, it's kind of hard for me to lock in, and it's just me getting used to it. Like I can tell for sure. When I did some feeble to fakies, I didn't lock directly in because there's more space there now. Another thing that a lot of people did not like about the Dragon wheels is because they are a little bit softer, they're a little bit tackier. People said on longer grinds or slides that they would actually catch. They wouldn't allow you to slide like a harder wheel would. And so a lot of you said the Nano wheels are completely different. They do allow you to slide, to grind. We're gonna test that theory out right now. So I don't know if it's the shape of the wheel or if it is that it's a little bit harder, but it was easier to do some 50-50s, some 5-0s, and then I did one little like no comply crail slide. I can definitely tell a difference with those, but the last thing I heard is like, they don't make the same revert sound,
and they don't feel the same when they revert as well. Supposedly these fix that. We're gonna try that next. We're gonna do some reverts, maybe a back disaster to scoop into some stuff, and some laybacks where we revert out. But when it comes to the Nanocubics versus the Dragon wheels, I wouldn't say one is necessarily better than the other. What I would say is that the Nano wheels, they're made for a mini ramp. They're made for something that's a little bit smoother, but they're still gonna feel a little bit softer on your joints. However, the Dragon wheels, these are probably made for like a rougher terrain, because when you do skate over them, you're not gonna feel every pebble throughout your entire body. So I don't think one's better than the other. I just think they have two different purposes. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Comment down below which one of these you would skate. Would you rather skate the Dragon wheels or the Nanocubics? Make sure to like this video, and if you want to purchase either of these, I've got the link down in the description. Make sure to check them out, test them out, and let me know what you think about them. Subscribe to this channel for more videos just like this, and we have some other videos. Make sure to check out my Dragon wheels review. It's right here on the screen. Catch you guys in the next video.